Everybody keeps saying the age of Aquarius is about peace, love, and enlightenment. Carl Jung warned it would be one of the most psychologically dangerous periods in human history. Jung believed astrological ages weren't about horoscopes or predictions. They symbolized massive shifts in the collective human psyche. For the last 2,000 years, humanity lived in the age of Pisces. That age was built on faith, belief, sacrifice, and saviors. Christianity, external authority, priests, doctrines, and institutions holding truth for you. The age of Aquarius removes the savior. Aquarius hands the individual their own mind. And Jung said most people are not ready for that level of responsibility. He famously said, "The gods have become diseases," meaning what humanity once projected onto God now erupts inside the psyche. What was once sacred becomes psychological pressure. Aquarius rules electricity, technology, networks, crowds, and systems, so the shadow no longer stays personal. It becomes collective. In the age of Aquarius, the shadow looks like this: ideologies replacing religion, politics becoming religion, science becoming dogma, spirituality becoming ego theater. People don't say, "God told me" anymore. They say, "I know the truth. I'm awakened. I'm chosen. I see what others don't." Jung called this archetypal possession. Aquarius produces ego inflation disguised as enlightenment, insight mistaken for transformation, information mistaken for wisdom. The shadow shows up as moral superiority, cancel culture, extremism, and tribal identity. Not evil villains, ordinary people convinced they are righteous. Jung warned this age would create mass identity fragmentation. Without an external authority, people split internally. They grab labels, movements, diagnoses, and identities to avoid facing the self. This is why Aquarius accelerates anxiety, dissociation, and psychological instability. Aquarius does not soften the psyche. It electrifies it. Jung said this age demands individuation, self-knowledge, psychological responsibility, the integration of the shadow. If the shadow is not integrated, it is projected onto governments, onto enemies, onto groups, onto them. That projection is how collective psychosis forms. People who refuse individuation seek gurus, cults, and systems to think for them. They trade religion for ideology but call it progress. People who accept individuation lose the need to be right. They become psychologically sovereign. Jung believed Aquarius would collapse the false divide between science and mysticism. Psychology, alchemy, religion, and physics converge into symbolic understanding. That's why Jung studied alchemy. Not for gold, but for transformation of consciousness. That's why he studied synchronicity. Not coincidence, but meaning emerging through pattern. That's why he studied UFOs. Not as aliens, but as modern myth projected into the sky. Symbols replaced dogma in the age of Aquarius. Jung never rejected the Bible. He decoded it psychologically. Jesus said, "The water I give them will become in them a spring of water." Aquarius isn't about drinking the water. It's about becoming the water bearer. Internal authority replaces external salvation. No priest, no guru, no savior. But that freedom comes with a cost. Without humility, the ego inflates. Without shadow integration, enlightenment becomes delusion. Jung warned the age of Aquarius would either disintegrated, self-aware humancer collapse society through mass unconsciousness. There is no middle path. You don't get carried into this age. You earn it by confronting your shadow, not denying it. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, not blind belief. A pattern of consciousness made flesh. And another warning already written: whoever exalts himself will be humbled. The age of Aquarius isn't gentle. It's honest. It reveals what was hidden. And if you're uncomfortable good, that means it's working.